If you feel like your credit score has hit a wall, then you're in the right place. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're not familiar with me, my name is Dumont and I am the CEO of Top Shelf Credit. Today we're actually going to be covering 7 ways to increase your credit score if you feel like you've hit a wall. So that means if you feel like you can't get your credit score above a certain point, this video is going to be perfect for you. I do want to start by letting you know that all of the tips that I include today are going to be based on the FICO pie chart and how we can affect the points in that category. So let's go ahead and get started with tip number 1. The first tip I have for you today is to make sure you make all of your payments on time. Making on-time payments affects the payment history category of your credit report, which is 35% of your score. So that's actually the largest category that you can earn points in. So making sure that you make all of your payments on time actually helps you gain points in that category. That category accounts for a total of 192.5 points as far as how far it can swing your credit score up or down. Tip number 2 is going to be adding additional accounts. By adding additional positive accounts, you can actually bump your score up to that next category if you feel like you've hit a wall. Now, if you want more information on how adding additional accounts can actually increase your credit score, I invite you to watch my video, How to Improve Your Score After Having a Late Payment, and I will link that in the description box below. Moving on to tip number 3 and 4. Both of these tips are actually going to affect the utilization category of your credit score, which is actually 30% of your score, and it can swing you up or down a total of 165 points. Tip number 3 is to actually get a credit card. If you don't have a credit card, then you're not able to gain any points in the utilization category of your score, which means that you're losing out on valuable points and you're not able to gain any points in that category, which, like I said, is 165 total points. So by simply not having a credit card, you're losing points in that category. Tip number 4 is to actually pay down your balances on your revolving credit cards. The more you have utilized, the more points that you're going to lose. So it's actually very important to keep those balances low. For example, if you have $5,000 available to you in revolving credit and you've maxed out that $5,000, then you're going to lose a lot of points in that category. The goal is to keep your revolving cards below 30%. Ideal is between 1 and 10% of your limit. Moving on to tip number 5 is going to be to diversify your accounts. This is going to affect you in the mix of credit category of your credit score, and mix of credit is worth 10% of your score. So it's a smaller category, but it does still matter. So when it comes to diversifying your accounts, you want to make sure that you have the trifecta, which is a real estate account, an installment account, and a credit card. Now, if you don't have a real estate account, that's fine. You want to still at least try to have an installment loan and a credit card, and then get a real estate loan when you can. But mix of credit does look for those 3 things. They want to see how well you can manage your credit with different types of accounts, which is why they want to see that diversity. Tip number 6 is to apply for new credit, and this is going to affect the new credit category of your credit score. This category is also known for inquiries. Now, this category, once again, is 10% of your score, and the way that you gain points here is, 1, applying for new accounts, but making sure that you're not applying for so many accounts that you look desperate. A lot of people think that by simply having an inquiry, they're going to lose a lot of points on their score, and that's just not true. The FICO pie chart does reward you for seeking new credit because credit was created for credit to be extended to you. You just want to make sure that you're not applying for a lot of accounts so that you don't seem desperate and that you don't lose points in that category. There's a total of 55 total points in that category that can swing you up or down as far as the credit score is concerned. Tip number 7 is actually going to affect the history portion of your score. This category gives you points for having accounts open for a long time. So we actually want to avoid closing open accounts. So if you can keep an account open as long as possible, that's going to be your best bet. Now, I do have a bonus tip for you guys. I know I didn't say 8 tips, but I do have a bonus tip. And one way to increase your credit score is to clean up some of your personal information. A lot of times, accounts that are listed on your credit report might be attached to inaccurate personal information, and by cleaning that information up, you might see some other stuff removed off of your file. If you have any more questions about how to increase your credit score, or you feel like you've hit a wall and you want professional help, I invite you to set a consultation with me, and I'd be more than happy to go over your situation and see how we can help you. If you'd like some recommendations on adding any of the accounts that have been mentioned in this video today, or you would like a guide for starting your credit journey, then I invite you to download my Guide to Top Shelf Credit workbook, and I'll link that in the description box below. Until next time, guys, bye.